Yes, it's time. That means it's time for another episode of WFA Reborn. I'm Jay Walker along here with my partner, Phil Rads.
Pleased to be here. Jay, should be another great episode of WFA Reborn Television. So excited to see the women in action here. Should be a great matchup.
Of course, yes, we have our former women's champion making her way to the ring right now, Luscious Latasha. Latasha, of course, losing the title recently to Elle Valentine.
I tell you, Jay, Latasha had to take a little time off after just what Elle Valentine did to her in that championship match, but I'm glad to see the fans simply have not forgotten Latasha's spirit, her fun, her charm, her dancing, still just as loved as ever.
Yes, Latasha looking to make a rebound, get back in the title hunt, and reclaim what she feels is her WFA Women's Championship.
I'm glad to see her spirit's not crushed after a grueling match against Elle Valentine. Not if Kayla has something to say about it, though, Jay, as she makes her way to the ring now.
Yes, indeed. We saw Kayla Carroll recently in action against the current women's champion, and now, like a shark in the waters, has to challenge the former champion in Luscious Latasha.
That's right, Jay. She's very new to the ring. This will be her second match here in WFA. And first match against the women's champion. Second match, former women's champion. A trial by fire here for Kayla, but what better way to establish herself right away on the WFA women's scene?
Gotta admire that she is not afraid of the competition, taking it on full force. Kayla very loved by the audience as well. It's going to be interesting to see how the crowd reacts here. Are they going to pick sides, or are they just going to love a great contest between the two women?
Natasha seems to be a fan as well, actually applauding her. Kayla, she is earning her respect here.
Yes, that's right. Kayla, a former member of the WFA broadcast team, but is spending more of her time now at the Elite Pro Wrestling Training Center. Of course, we know they just signed part of the deal with WWE ID. Be sure to check them out online, folks. I really recommend, if you're interested in becoming a pro wrestler, to make your way down there. A state-of-the-art facility. Cannot recommend them highly enough.
Nice, respectful way to start things out here. I don't think you're going to see a lot of shots to the face, a lot of strikes. I think we're going to see some great wrestling. If you're a fan of the grappling,
both taking their time, feeling each other out. Natasha showing that impressive flexibility, kicking the hand away there.
Yes, kicking the arm away to jockey for control. And now Kayla finding her way.
Kayla almost looks like she's considering going for the eyes of Latasha, but she finds a way.
Absolutely.
Kayla with the upper hand now. Latasha reversing it.
Now Latasha back in control of things here. Kayla trying to find her way, but Latasha wrenching the arm. Luscious Latasha, a little bit more of a savvy maneuver there.
Surprisingly evenly matched so far, Jay.
Back in control of the arm. Oh, there we go, right into the hammerlock. Don't want to get too physical, of course, in this. At the beginning, kind of finding their way. Got a nice waist lock applied now from the former champion. Kayla using her elbow there to try to create some space, and she finds it. The go behind with a waist lock of her own.
Latasha with some clubbing blows to the arms there. Let's see if she can reverse this.
Latasha a little more aggressive there in breaking the hold. But nice drop toe hold there from Kayla Carroll, surprisingly getting one up on the former champion. Better thinking got ahead and a nice drop toe hold.
Kayla looks as if she's smiling. I think she likes it here. You have to wonder, Jay, if Latasha's confidence has been a little shaken here since her last match with Elle Valentine. Nice little show of respect there. And a tie-up.
And Latasha's got her up here in a body slam.
Oh, impressive.
Cartwheel into a splash. We got the cover here in the early opening minutes, and 2 counts.
What a nice move there. This is why the fans love Latasha. She is just so fun to watch. You can hear the crowd's reaction, Jay. They simply missed Luscious Latasha.
Trying to shoot Kayla off the ropes. Got her. Looking for a drop kick, but Kayla had that one scouted there, hanging on. Kayla impressively hanging on the ropes there, had that scouted. Perhaps her days as that broadcast partner lent herself to scouting her opponents.
I don't know if people knew that when she was backstage interviewing. She was actually scouting her opponents.
She's got a chin lock applied. And Phil, I wanted to ask you, Phil, losing the championship, and we had that traumatic moment where she had a glass shattered over her head by Elle Valentine. Is Latasha's spirit here possibly broken a little, as she seems to be struggling against the rookie Kayla Carroll.
She is, Jay. She's making her way back to her feet, but I'm surprised Kayla has been going toe-to-toe here with Latasha as she gets knocked back down to the ground.
Kayla, as I said, surprisingly dictating the pace of this match. Latasha does not seem to have an answer right now.
A couple of devastating losses on behalf of El Valentine. Latasha here really struggling to find herself in the ring again. See a nice drop kick there from Kayla Carroll to the base of the spine, and now again to the chin.
Showing a little attitude here. You know, I wanted to comment on just the pace of this match and how much confidence Kayla is showing. You know, she is new to the ring. It takes a lot of confidence to take things so slowly, not try to rush things, take your time. But I believe she's giving Latasha too many openings. As I was speaking of, Latasha seems to find her way back in this match just a little bit with a kick to the face of Kayla. As I said, Kayla is leaving too many openings for the veteran Latasha as she goes for a cover. 2 count.
Maybe some signs of desperation. Maybe perhaps a little bit frustrated with the fact that she's struggling. And Kayla, her lack of experience results in a really lack of diversity in her moveset. You got to stick with what you know. You stick to the basics, but it can be effective. The only drawback to that is that it can be predictable from your opponent. Just smashing her face there into the turnbuckle did Kayla Carroll. And now she's got the former champion in the corner.
Kayla, a little bit of a choke. I can't tell who's more frustrated.
A little bit of a referee count there. Kayla kind of bending the rules. A little bit of a dirty tactic there, perhaps, using the referee's count in the corner.
Some of the rules are bendable in wrestling, and it's arguable whether or not they're effective. I just hope Kayla doesn't lose sight of, just who she is here in the ring.
Second time into the corner. You know, when you're competing like this and you realize that you're in a little bit more over your head, you start resorting to some of these desperate tactics we're seeing to try to gain an edge. It's really a slippery slope in wrestling. You want to win, but when you come to the realization that maybe you're not as good as your opponent, you try to take shortcuts and bend the rules. And that's why there's so many morally bankrupt wrestlers in this industry. We hope that's not happening to Kayla here. I know Latasha finding her opening.
Beautiful flying back elbow.
Luscious Latasha starting to get back on her feet.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Jay. Kayla took too much time.
It's sent into the corner instead. Kayla finding the reversal. Kayla though again. But Latasha had that scouted. Solid kick to the side of the head there. That'll send Kayla reeling. She might be out on her feet there. Elle going for a cover. But somehow getting the shoulder up there, and Kayla asking the referee if that was 2. She wasn't quite sure. I think she just got knocked pretty loopy there. She's trying to create some space here, going to the apron.
Kayla showing she has some fancy footwork too.
Kayla. Kick of her own. Then a second one to the side of the head.
I tell you, Jay, this match started with handshakes and hugs, and it seems to have devolved into a head-kicking contest between these two.
Absolutely. This thing got a little aggressive. Both desperate, looking for a win here in the women's division.
They both know what's on the line, Jay.
Latasha, unexpectedly, very much in trouble. We just saw 3 huge clotheslines there, and Latasha still finding the shoulder up there. She's in a lot of trouble here against the rookie. We've spoken about her shaken confidence and her broken spirit, and we're really seeing it here. Not giving up the fight, still staying in there, but really struggling up against Kayla Carroll. And it's not to dismiss Carroll's abilities at all, but from a former champion, we expected a lot more fire. Maybe there's where it is, out of nowhere with that beautiful kick. That's gotta be it. And out. Wow. That's all she wrote. Luscious Latasha finding the space. Once she had the opening, she took it, she pulled the trigger, cleared the victory against Kayla Carroll.
That's a benefit of her experience over Kayla. She sees her opening, she knows what to do. Kayla had plenty of openings here in this match, but she took too much time, I believe. I think if she kept the pace up and stayed on Latasha, although Latasha did take a beating, I think Kayla might have come up with a victory here. We'll have to see what's in store for her next.
A valiant effort, sign of respect for both women here. A very competitive women's division. Latasha perhaps regaining her feet, hopefully regaining her confidence, and maybe we'll see her challenge for that WFA Women's Championship sooner than later.
Kayla has a long road here, a long journey to make her way to the goal, but if she can focus, if she can keep her composure, composure, if she can keep the pace of the match and take advantage of those openings, I really believe Kayla could be a competitor here for a long time.
And hopefully Latasha, with this win in the bag, hopefully she finds her confidence, hopefully she finds her spirit again of climbing that mountain, of getting that another shot, of getting the rematch against Elle Valentine, and once again reclaiming the WFA Women's Championship. We'd like to remind you to follow us everywhere on social media where you can. Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, of course, all at the same handle at WFA Wrestling 1. And make sure to visit our website, WFAWrestling.com. And we're not wasting any more time here. We've got Keon making his way to the ring.
Keon, of course, a rising star here in WFA. You know we have a lot of rising stars here in WFA, but this is perhaps one of the brightest ones, Jay. He's getting his first shot at WFA Heavyweight Championship gold.
And here's one of the men challenging for the WFA Heavyweight Championship. Just a couple of weeks here on YouTube, you'll be able to catch it. Keyon, who has been making his name recently, gaining momentum, climbing the ladder, and due to recent events has found his way in the middle of a tumultuous situation as he and Brandon Locke are looking to challenge our WFA champion Mosh Pit to a triple threat match. It's going to be interesting to see what he has to say here.
It's going to be interesting to see what he has to say, Jay. You know, Keon came out here with no intention of inserting himself into the title picture. He only wished to defend his friend Mosh Pit.
Your last match had a bit of a controversial ending, but it resulted in your very first shot at the WFA Championship. How are you feeling going into that tonight?
Yeah! How am I feeling? You hear these people? Yeah, it was controversial, but an opportunity presented itself. An opportunity I've been waiting for since I started wrestling for WFA. And tonight, all these people here get to witness Keon becoming the new WFA Heavyweight Champion. And that's
I've heard from WFA officials that Mosh Pit is actually stuck in traffic right now, but Scott Reed has guaranteed the title match will happen tonight.
Oh, got a bit of an interruption here from Brandon Locke and Phil. We seen last time the sort of mood Brandon Locke was in, obsessed over regaining the WFA Heavyweight Championship, perhaps driven him a little over the edge.
Hell, that match started off with the respect and it devolved into a pure hockey brawl right away. Sure, the title was on the line, but those two were also fighting for their legacy here in WFA. And Brandon Locke, just look in his eyes, Jay, he certainly doesn't even look like the same person anymore to me.
Yes, you see his eyes are locked. This man is focused. This man wants, needs perhaps, the WFA Heavyweight Championship, and he gets another shot, luckily, against Mosh Pit by Keon, being the third wheel to their encounter. Let's see what Brandon Locke has to say, perhaps explaining his actions.
Keon, I don't blame you for what you did. I don't blame the referee. I don't blame Mosh Pit. And I certainly as hell don't blame all these people here tonight. But there is one person I do blame. And that's the goddamn owner of this organization. Scott Reed, get your ass out here.
An interesting turn of events. Brandon Locke seemingly upset with WFA management. And here he comes. Scott Reed, a competitor in WFA, but also the man running the show. And what's Scott Reed gonna have to say about all this, Phil?
He certainly has more patience than I ever would, Jay, because we both know if it wasn't for Scott Reed, that match would have never been restarted and Brendan Locke would have simply lost due to countout.
And I'm getting right in the face here. This is gonna be interesting to see how this goes down.
Brandon, I don't quite understand why you're blaming me. I mean, everybody saw what happened, right? Yeah! Now look, I get it. I can understand your frustration. Things did get a little crazy. Nasty. I like that one too. They got out of hand. I'll give it to you. They did. So that's why. I'll tell you this. I'm going to put myself out here as one of the special referees to make sure that nothing happens like what happened last show.
It's an interesting turn of events.
So they let the best man win.
So there you have it, Scott Reed interjecting himself to be the special referee for this triple threat heavyweight championship match. Definitely possibly the man for the job, considering how chaotic things got the last time when it was one-on-one. Scott Reed trying to keep the peace, trying to make sure things go down fairly, and what a triple threat matchup that is going to be. And make sure you don't miss it by subscribing to our channel right now as things continue to heat up here in the WFA. Thank you for joining us, Phil. It was a pleasure having you.
Pleased to be here as always, Jay. You know, things are always heating up here in the WFA, and this episode was yet another log onto the fire. Excited to see what we have in store next week, Jay.
And until next time.